Hello creative people, this is Everly Green. I am Spanish illustrator, and if you followed me for a while, you know that I am obsessed with sparkles. I think they really light up my work and I try to animate them in my illustrations whenever I can. So today I'll show you how to animate these sparkles, so let's dive into it. I have here this cute illustration of a witch traveling to the mountains that I made for an art challenge that I'm joining. I've included some sparkles around her that are coming out of the broom as she flies, and that's what we're going to work with today. As I explained in my previous video about animations, we need to work in layers. Because the animating panel is like a flipbook, each layer creates a single frame. That's why keeping our layers clean and well organized is crucial for smooth animations. So as you can see here in my layers panel, I have already organized, merged and renamed all my layers. So now it's time to activate the Animation Assist option. In order to do that, we tap on Actions, which is the wrench icon on the top left corner. Then we choose Canvas and select Animation Assist. Once we tap on it, the animation panel will pop up at the bottom of the screen, displaying all our illustration layers. But as you can see, if we press play, the Animation Assist shows all our layers like a flipbook. We don't want that. We want to have a background image over which we can animate our sparkles, and on top of that, I always use a texture paper on the topmost layer to give the illustration some texture, so I want that as the foreground of the illustration as well, so it can be appreciated in all the frames that we are using. So let's adjust our setup a little bit to achieve this. The first thing I'm going to do is set up our background layer as the background of our animation, so it can be seen in every single frame. To do that, I'm going to click on the first frame of the illustration and then press on background. Now when you press play, the other layers will animate like a flipbook, but the background image will stay static and appear in every frame. And you can also see this reflected visually in the animation panel. But we only want to animate the sparkles, and that means that the other elements of the illustration will remain static like the background. We cannot set all those layers as part of the background like we did before, because the Animation Assist will only let you do that with the first frame of the illustration. However, we can trick the Animation Assist into believing those layers are part of the background by tapping on them on our Layers panel and clipping them to the background. So here's what we're going to do. In my Layers panel, I'm going to select the layer that I want to include as a static element. I'm going to tap on it again and then tap on Clipping Mask. See how the animation panel reflects the change? Those layers now look like they're part of the background. Now I'm going to do the same to set my texture layer as the foreground. The foreground will always be on the last frame in the Animation Assist, so that's where I'll find my texture layer. I'll tap on it and tap on the foreground option. And as I said before, organizing your layers is crucial. Remember, the background option only works on the first frame, while foreground is set on the last frame. And by organizing beforehand, you ensure the layers you clip will stay static throughout the animation. But now let's go with the fun part, animating the sparkles. This is actually the easiest step. Remember how Animation Assist acts like a flipbook? Each frame is essentially a page. But to create an animation, one page just won't do. We need at least one more so we can simulate movement. So I'm going to duplicate the sparkles layer and rename it as Sparkles 2. And this is the layer I'm going to be working on from now on. And I'm going to start by animating the big sparkles. I'm going to select the one I'm going to work with my selection tool set to freehand, and I'm going to make it a bit smaller. See? Now if I press play, it moves. Although this one is a bit too fast, so I'm going to click on Settings and I'm going to lower the speed to 2 frames per second. I repeat this process for the other large sparkles, randomly resizing them to create a dynamic effect where some appear to grow and others to shrink. I'm also going to animate these stars, and I'm going to repeat the same process, only this time I am not only going to make them bigger and smaller, but I am also going to rotate them for a more dynamic twinkle effect. And as for the little sparks, I'm going to repeat the same process, but this time I'm not going to resize them, I'm only going to move them around ever so slightly. And there we have it, our animation is ready. Now for Instagram, I typically export animations with a bit more length. Since this is currently set to 2 frames per second, meaning 2 frames shown in 1 second, a 1 second video wouldn't be ideal. So what I'm going to do is duplicate those layers to make a longer animation. I'm going to swipe left on the first sparkle layer and move the duplicated layer up, and then do the same with the second sparkle layer. I will do this 5 times per layer, and this will give us a total of 10 frames, resulting in a 5-second video. Now, in order to export the video, we need to tap on the wrench icon again to go into Actions, and then tap on Share, and then go all the way down to Animated MP4. It's important that you export your animation as an MP4 file, as Instagram doesn't do well with other type of files. And here we have it, our animation is looking cute and ready to be shared. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more artsy videos. You can also find this illustration alongside my other creations on my Instagram account at @everlygreenart. Have a lovely day and see you in the next video. Bye!